California's severe drought has been ongoing for half a decade. According to a study done by Wang et al. In 2016, California is in the most critical state it has ever been in. California, being one of the top agricultural producing areas in the world, must continually rely on its water sources to meet the demand of its population. In 2000, there was an approximate 5.7 million people in the Central Valley of California, and in 2010, that population has increased to around 6.7 million people. With a population that is constantly growing each year, the demand for food is rising, forcing farmers to produce larger yields. One of the reasons water usage is increasing is related to a growing population. The more people in California, the more mouths there are that need to be fed. However, the demands of food correlate with the demands for water which farmers use. With an increasing demand for water and a decreasing supply of surface water, farmers are forced to find new options to satisfy their water supply. With the reduction of surface water, farmers in the Central Valley are turning to groundwater to supply their crops. Farmers have access to groundwater with the use of pumps and wells. By pulling the water out from the ground, they are able to water their crops even when there is no surface water available. This forces farmers to drill deeper and extract groundwater further beneath the surface. With more food needing to be produced and a lack of surface water, the increase of groundwater pumping is necessary to make up for the shortage of rainfall. The water tables are falling and groundwater is being extracted at an unsustainable rate. The long-term extraction of groundwater is reducing aeration between particles under the surface. Without water filling in empty spaces between particles, the sediment beneath the surface is becoming compacted. This is destroying the land that farmers use and forcing California into a worse state than it is already in.
California's drought can stem from how we grow our crops. According to Northern California's Water Association, irrigated agriculture is the biggest culprit of water usage in California. Sources say up to 51% of California's water. The top three biggest is alfalfa, almonds, and pasture. Almonds lose a lot due from evapotranspiration. Evapotranspiration is the process by which water is transferred from land to the atmosphere by evaporation from the soil and other surfaces by transpiration from plants. Alfalfa and pasture are primarily used to feed cattle. Cattle can be used for several things. We can use the meat, take milk from the cow, and often use milk to make cheese. Sources say that the crops we use for animal use is 47% and non-animal use is 4%.
There have been 4 consecutive seasons without rain. The current understanding is that climate change caused by humans is unlikely to have caused the failed rains, but there are questions about the role of global warming. The current severe impacts of drought on California's agricultural sectors, its forests, and other plant ecosystems have not been substantially caused by long-term climate change. Annual precipitation is not projected to increase at a large rate, and winter increases may become compensated by declines in spring. Even though there is a considerable uncertainty in projections of annual California precipitation, it is possible that thermal impacts on drought frequency are likely to dominate precipitation changes, increasing drought frequency across a range of drought metrics by the late 21st century.